Let us continue now with the origins of Saint Andrew. So Saint Andrew, he is also the son of Jonah, and also was born in Bethsaida, since John refers to Bethsaida as being the town of Simon Peter and Andrew. That is the town they grew up in. Andrew is the younger brother of Simon Peter. Now, tradition says that he was round about 5 years younger than Peter. Now, that's not mentioned in the scriptures, but church tradition says that. Like his brother Simon, Andrew moved to Capernaum, where he became a fisherman. Now, Andrew may have had his own house in Capernaum, and more likely he could have lived with his brother Simon and his family. Or it is also even possible that Andrew lived with his employer Zebedee in some kind of employee quarters. Now, Andrew's background is very much the same as Simon's, except that sometime prior to the baptism of Jesus, Andrew and an unknown disciple, possibly the Apostle John, they became disciples of John the Baptist. Now, following Jesus' baptism, Andrew and this other man stopped following John the Baptist, and they decided to follow Jesus, whom Andrew confesses is the Messiah. Now, this is actually something of great importance and significance. For many people know of Simon Peter's great confession in Matthew 16:16, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Yet many people overlook the fact that Andrew, Simon's younger brother, confessed, "We have found the Messiah," much earlier. Andrew is the first of the 12 to confess that Jesus is the Messiah, that Jesus is the Christ. Andrew then accompanies his brother Simon and the others on the same events that I mentioned in the origins of Simon Peter. Essentially, Andrew is a follower of John the Baptist. He sees Jesus be baptized. He and this other disciple, possibly John, decide to then follow Jesus. Andrew then decides to bring his brother Simon along, and then we have the events of John chapter 1 through to John chapter 4. Then there's a second calling of Simon, Andrew, James, and John. Then there's some more healing events. There's a healing of Simon mother-in-law. Then there's the event in which Jesus gives the sermon in Peter's boat, and then there's the miraculous catch of fish, after which Simon, Andrew, James, and John are called again for the third time. That wraps up the origins of Andrew.